Hey everyone, it's Orange. Welcome to another Conquer 3 Rush Hour commentary. I'm gonna take the first 4 minutes here to give you guys a complete video summary. If you would like to continue listening to my analysis, just keep on watching the video because I did do a full commentary over the entire Rush Hour. For the past 4 weeks now, I've finished in about the exact same place in Arena. Rank 321, rank 500, rank 800, and rank 500. G1 is right on the horizon. I'm pretty sure I would have already had it by now if I didn't feed all of my Apikion priests along with some Rinas at a couple different points in the past. Since I've gotten consistent data over the past couple weeks, I've narrowed down the issue. It is my defense. My offense is golden. In this video, you guys will see my Lushens tear through everything. They slaughter everyone at this arena ranking. If you guys are looking for stats to shoot for, if you are runing up your Lushens as well, I would highly suggest that you check out mine. I will show you guys my runes before the video starts. My ideal defense at the moment that I do believe will land me G1 every single week is Chloe double Rina Freya. There are a ton of variations of the double Rina defense. A couple have actually made it into G3 very recently. Diaz double Rina Freya and Firelich double Rina Freya. If you guys don't have these Nat 4s that I'm mentioning, do not worry, you can get them with summoning stones. It's not hard to save up a bunch of them specifically for these Nat 4s. That's a strategy that I've been doing for a long time, and I have gotten, I don't know, like 5 or 6 Nat 4s from that. Currently, I'm saving up for an Orion. I'm a huge believer in that method, so do that if you want those Nat 4s. I've also heard some great things about the double Fire Mummy defense. I will link you guys everything that I've heard about regarding Nat 4, aka non-Nat 5 ADs that get high ranked in the description down below. I've been hearing for a while from high ranking players that there are pretty much 2 strategies to AD at the moment. Either you have a Nat 5 AD that has kill potential, that has win potential, or you build a stall defense and you basically do a ton of attacks in the time that it takes people to attack you, and you basically come out ahead in the end. So that is my exact strategy. I really want you guys to pay attention to the final fight in this rush hour. It is a double Rina defense, Chloe double Rina Chasoon. Chasoon doesn't do very much though. I don't even know if she can do 1% of anything. It's pretty much like this guy just ran a 3-man defense. If you watch me attempt to clear this, I think anyone even with a Will Shield Cleave team, I'm pretty sure it would take them 5 minutes minimum to clear this guy. That is my exact plan, to stall people out for at least 5 minutes. I know it's capable with my current runes. I have a lot of good runes, so I'm really looking forward to building this Rina defense and eventually getting G1. I do have some plans at the moment while I'm waiting to pull another Rina. This free rune removal, I do plan on putting my Vero on a nemesis set. I think that might push me over the edge to G1 because I've gotten so close so many times. But when I think about preparing for long term, I do think the Rinas are the way to go to push up into the G2 and G3 rankings. I'm going to show you guys my runes now. Here is my Vero. There is one change that I can make to him, and I might actually try doing that on free rune removal, that I do think will give me more percentage chance to achieve G1, which is putting him on single or double nemesis. That might catch some people off guard and get me wins where I'm not getting them. Here is my Ritesh. I have him on a shield set because some of my monsters are a little bit squishy, so I was just taking into consideration really hard hitting damage dealers, like anyone who's using a cleave team with 3 damage dealers, or anyone's whose second Lushen can hit 30k. My Villagewell is kind of bordering on that mark. He's at 25. Almost 26, and then I do have the Vero lead, so he has a little bit more. I decided to throw that shield set on to help with that, and the shield set also helps against Orions because sometimes I'll use Vero, Villagewell, Ritesh in Guild Wars, and that kind of helps, so Orion might remove the shield set instead of the will set. And then the final monster is Freya. I decided to keep her at 5-star just to make sure that she would die in case anyone's Lushen, if they decide to double Lushen me, if their first Lushen is really weak, I wanted to guarantee that she died on the first amputation magic. And now we're moving on to my AO. Like I said earlier in the video, this was the first week that I farmed R5, maybe like the first 2 weeks actually. I can't remember how long it's been, a week and a half or something. So my Bernard is fully grinded. He does not need to be this fast. I think his base speed is plus 171 from runes, and then before I started farming R5, I had a random grindstone because I was testing out my R5 team. So originally last week he was plus 173. With the grinding, I might have messed up my team. I don't really know. I had to change a rune on Megan after he got so fast this week to make sure that she moved with him because some monsters were cutting in between. But I think with his original speed at the beginning of the week or whatever it was, plus 173 or so, some monsters are cutting in between my Lushens and my Megan, so Megan will move, but then some things cut in. I think those things are actually, they would have moved before my Bernard, before I grinded him, so I'm kind of okay with that situation. I'll see what I can do on free rune removal to make things tighter, but I don't know if I can get my Lushens fast enough to move with my Bernard at the moment, so they might have to stay this speed because I like to maintain their damage that they're doing now. About skill ups on my Lushens, I'm currently skilling both up fully. I think that is a good idea, and I think it gets me wins where I don't get them, especially having that amputation magic skilled up. I love my Lushens. I plan on using them for a very long time. I'm currently skilling up my second Lushen first because he had more skill ups. It took him longer to get his amputation magic. Free rune removal is in 4 days, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the Lushen that gets skill ups first my stronger Lushen, so I'll have to do some rune moving around then. Okay, here we are at the first match. I have no idea when this was, but the video is 33 minutes long. I'm playing it a little bit faster so we can get through it, and I think this speed should be fine for you guys to be able to see what's going on here. I'm reading guild chat. Maybe I'll have to look at that later, because some of my guild members also use double Lushen. The most important thing I want you guys to take away from this video and how I approached offense on Rush Hour is that I was hitting things that look scary that can beat Lushens, but I continued to win. My Lushens really did super well and everything went super smoothly. Monsters that are scary to Lushens that I found I sometimes have problems with are Junos, Prahas, I don't know, Rinas kind of, Rakans. We'll see some more along the way. Ariels, basically nemesis healers like Praha and Ariel. Sometimes Mollies can give me issues, Diaz's, stuff like that. But as long as I kept winning, I kept fighting those. That's the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this. And that's pretty much how I do most of my rush hours. And if I start losing, then I have to be super safe and pretty much avoid all nemesis monsters and whatnot. But this week was a pretty easy week. Like, I don't know. Okay, not easy week, but you guys can name it whatever you want. You can put whatever word to it you want, but on offense for me, I didn't have to tone down anything at all, really. There were some matches that I avoided, and I'll try to explain why when we get to them, so I'll try to pay attention to how I select my matches to give you guys that insight if you are unfamiliar with it. And this just comes with practice. Like, I've been using my Lushens for a while now, I don't know, a couple months. And all of these offenses are mainly just with practice, just knowing what I lose to and what I win to. The only two offenses I used were, hold on, let's talk about any fights I pick here so I can tell you why I skipped them. This one I'm going to fight. Okay, so wait, I just forgot what I said beforehand. Okay, the only two offenses I used were my double Lushens right here, and then Shimate plus my stronger Lushen. Shimate is the wind sylph. He has a 24% speed lead. Shimate, my stronger Lushen, Bernard, and Megan. And I use that against really squishy speed lead teams. We'll see that show up a couple times here. Here's a nemesis healer that gave me issues, but the other team just wasn't strong enough to kill my Lushens. So I just kept fighting it out and I win eventually. That might be good enough to stall some people out. I mean, probably not, but it did stall me a little bit longer. It wasn't an instant win, which might kind of be a tactic as you get a little bit higher up, possibly, just having that many more seconds to stall. The very final match is a very, very good stall defense that you guys should pay attention to. I think it was double Rina aerial or something like that. It was double Rina something, and I really liked that because it literally stalled me out for 5 minutes, which is very important during Rush. That's the video just got all crazy for me. But I hope we're at the right time here. So that's the defense that I'm looking at building, because I think that is the strongest defense, like, you know, farmable, free to play, whatever you want to call it, defense that you can build for Arena, double Rina. I have heard about the double fire mummy, but I'm just worried that it can't stall out hard enough compared to double Rina. But I don't have any Rinas at the moment. I have one. Here's another defense that's really scary for my Lushens. The water panda. I think last week I faced a couple water pandas and I just could not kill them with both of my Lushens because he does have an HP lead. And if I crit on every single one of my Ant Magics, there were a couple, like maybe it was the same guy, I don't really remember. I think it was multiple did I say fire panda? Multiple water pandas that were surviving both of my Ant Magics. So that match could have gone kind of poorly. For the most part, I have no issues with Velojewel at all. Like whenever I see Velojewel, he's basically a non-threat to me. I fought so many Velojewels, none of them do anything. They only sort of do things if the other monsters on the team kind of carry the Velojewel a little bit. Velojewel could be there to deter other things aside from double Lushen, monsters who need Galleon to land defense break and whatnot. So I'm just talking from a double Lushen perspective, talking about how my offense does against all these defenses. Sekhmet can be pretty scary. Her AI on defense is really shitty. You guys will notice a lot of times she will use her first skill and just like do retarded things. But Sekhmets, I found, can be really, really tanky. I just have some issues with them, especially if they're left up with Rakan. If Rakan had more health, she's like... Eventually, she'll kind of wisen up and not be so retarded, and if she can survive for a long period of time, you guys know that gives the AI more chances to use the proper skills, so she will end up kind of like stunning me and doing all of her shit that she does, her defense break and whatnot. So Sekhmet paired with other things can be kind of scary. So Sekhmet's one of those monsters that I kind of look at and I'm like, that could be a matchup that I want to avoid depending on what's with it. Sekhmet, Rakan, is something that I usually do avoid, but like I said, one of the most important things, I would say the two most important lessons from this video is that I kept fighting these risky looking defenses because I kept winning, but in the past weeks, I've gotten kind of screwed over by some of these exact defenses. It's just the rune quality that these people don't have compared to the people that I've fought before, because my runes have stayed constant. I did get some grindstones. I don't know how much they factor into how things have gone week to week. Probably not a lot. And then the second thing is the very last defense we'll see. It's double Rina. I've been talking about this for weeks now, how my defense I just don't think is strong enough. Maybe if I put Vero on Nemesis, but even then people can put their second Lushen on Will. So I'm not really sure about that. I cannot support my second Lushen on Will right now, so it is probably a good thing for me to do, and definitely it would give me some more percentage points at getting Guardian, just having that Nemesis on my Vero. I don't really think Vero's AI is very good on defense, so even if he gets the Nemesis procced, I don't know if he'll use his proper skill, but that is something that I should do if I have the opportunity to. For this defense, I don't know, this defense was really weird. When I looked at it, I'm like, these people have the weirdest defenses, but it could have given me problems. I really think so. If this guy had really good runes, it could have given me more problems. I actually fought a fire panda last week or something, and he gave me a lot of problems. He stalled me out for like a minute or two just himself against my Lushens. I thought that was like pretty awesome to see because the fire panda is farmable. I don't have that clip for you guys. I don't know where that clip was or what happened to it. It's probably still on my computer, but I don't want to go find it. I'm really lazy, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Also against Verds on defense, because like I said, I only use double Lushen and my Shimate, the Wind Sylph, with a single Lushen. So I have seen some Verds and they've revenged on me. I think revenge stacks, so it's 45% chance to revenge. And they've boosted their attack bar, and then the whole other team has killed me. So I thought that was really awesome too, because Verd's a Nat 4. So it's kind of cool to see like Nat 4s and stuff like that on defense. I plan on doing a video talking about summoning stones. I don't know how that's going to turn out. I have all this math on my computer and I'm sick of seeing it on my desktop, so I'll probably try to do that video sometime soon. Right here, I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, okay, here. We'll talk about that summoning stone thing in a second. Oh yeah, so I need to do like a refill. Oh yeah, right there I was debating whether I wanted to actually rush or kind of just like pace myself a little bit more and slow down and just go for Conqueror 3. And somewhere around here I decided to go further, so always save your wish because it can end up giving you wings. Wait, did I have more wishes? Shit. Is it like New Year's where you get more wishes? Damn. Oh my gosh, I need to write that down. I'm currently raiding right now. What time is it? Okay, after this raid I'll say BRB and check because server time hasn't hit midnight yet, which means that I have some time to do my wishes. Okay, so what was I talking about before this? I have so many things like in order of operations in my head. BRB let me do wish after this. And re-invite me. Okay. So back to the commentary. This defense, I don't know what's going on here. You guys can see single Rinas can stall me out a little bit, and here's kind of like, I'm just gonna go not off topic, but I'm gonna go somewhere. We're going into a weird place that's a little bit far away. So earlier in the video, I kind of like alluded at things happening at higher rankings, I guess. I think I should just take it step by step, to be honest, and not really concern myself with like what potentially happens at higher rankings, because I think it's better just to kind of like wade through it myself. Just like I told you guys, the most important I keep emphasizing this, but I don't need to. It's like, shut the fuck up, quit emphasizing this, we get the point. I think I should just like get higher up and see when I start losing, what I start losing to, and then whenever I encounter problems, fix them at that point, rather than trying to like prepare way ahead for things. I think right now, like, my mind wants to have everything figured out, how things are gonna go for G2, what issues I'm gonna have there, whatever, but I think that's like a little bit too far, and I can just chill out and worry about what I'm worrying about now. But I feel like I'm not giving you guys enough information, and I feel like I'm being a little bit lazy. So here we go with, like, I'm just doing like the same repetitive, here's my Lushens again, guys, and then the only thing that really changes is how easy the week is. I feel like it's getting repetitive, but maybe not. Okay, so for this defense, this is one of them that I will use my single Lushen with, because he'll just tear through everything pretty much. And yeah, everything's really squishy. What's it called? Sierra, Bernard, and Zyros are all going to be really squishy. Zyros usually survives, but he can't kill my team. The Dark Oracle, I don't know what she does, but from what I remember, I think I read her skills once, and I think she just like has bombs and stuff. So, maybe she could have actually won there though, if she does have bombs and if she could have killed things, but she was built really squishy. So here's a defense that could potentially be scary, and let me tell you why once I remember what it was. So mainly the Camilla Praha are the two strong monsters here. Sort of. Wait, okay, never mind. I think the Chisoon kind of weighs it down and makes it kind of bad again. But Camilla Praha, if Praha ends up healing, Camillas can survive for a very long time. We will see some Camillas in this video that survive for a very long time. So pretty much it's just about like surviving, who can kill who faster. And we will see some matches that really get down to it, where I only have a couple monsters left, where Camilla's violent proc and stuff like that, and end up killing my Megan, and it gets kind of weird. this match, I went a little bit ballsy. Usually I avoid all 33% speed leads, but this team looked so odd. Like, why would you have, I don't know, the Theo just looked odd. It just doesn't look very well set up to me, and that kind of just comes with, like, experience, I guess. I can't exactly tell you why, and I could totally be wrong, right? Someone might tell you, like, actually, Orange, that defense works in G3. Someone actually runs that and gets G3 every single week, and they love that defense. But down in my ranking, it just looks like a little bit odd. And it didn't have anything to tell me to avoid it, really. Like, I didn't see any monsters on there that were like, okay, yeah, I do get 5 wishes today. I'm talking in guild chat. Okay, yeah, so down in my ranking, though, the only 33, or not 33, but generally defenses with speed leads that are intimidating to me are things like Sierra, Orion, Kumar, basically things that I can't use this team against. If you think about how much damage my Lushen is going to do, it's basically like a certain amount, and he can only really kill squishy things, pretty much. He can kill monsters with some HP. We can actually probably see how much he hits per card. I don't pay attention to that, but I know that's a really good kind of baseline that a lot of people throw around when they talk about double Lushens. How strong is your Lushen? They usually say like, oh, he hits, 9k per card and he's this speed, and then everyone kind of like understands like, oh, that's a good Lushen or that's a bad Lushen based on the stats that you tell them. So with my speed team, I'll avoid other speed teams like that. But the thing is, in Arena, I don't know, whenever I do videos, I try to like summarize so many things, and just to, be really broad in case anyone from any skill level is watching this video, they can learn a lot. So I've said this before, I'm sure you guys know, when you craft defenses for Arena, basically when you get to a certain ranking, I would probably say like C3-ish, maybe. I don't know if anyone bruisers past that point, but pretty much once you get high C2, somewhere around there, everyone only uses offenses that clear very quickly, that clear defenses very quickly, because in the current meta, you have to win a bunch of offenses because okay, hold on. I'm doing a bad job of explaining this, or I'm just getting caught up because I'm not good at talking. But a long time ago, I heard that you could get high ranked just with your defense and you really didn't have to do any offenses at all. But at the moment, defenses are susceptible to losing to so many things that you have to make up for it with your offense. So basically you have to win a bunch of offenses because you're going to lose some defenses, and your defense generally probably won't win that much. I've heard some numbers about win rate in various areas. I've heard 30% win rate. I think my win rate is 20-ish percent, maybe 25 if I'm being generous or whatever. But, okay, hold on, let's talk about this match. So once again, everything is extremely squishy, so I am able to use a single damage dealer to clear everything out here. Okay, so back to the other discussion. Eventually, everyone uses offenses that can clear things very fast. Basically, they're not going to bruiser things. I don't know if you guys know what bruiser means, but it basically just means like kind of brawling it out, where you bring monsters that can fight for a long time, heal each other up, something like Theomars, Chasoon, Bernard, Vero. That's just kind of a basic example. That's like a bruiser team. That's not going to cut it if you want to kind of push up into these ranks, C3 and whatnot, because you need to win a lot of offenses. Once again, it really just depends on your defense. Like a Guardian 3 player can probably use a bruiser team and only do 2 offenses during rush hour and still get like G1 or whatever. So it's all kind of relative to what monsters you have and what runes they have. That will determine how many victories and offenses you will have to do to kind of make up for it. I'm sure you guys, that's a pretty, obvious tactic, or not tactic, but, your defense and your offense balance each other to figure out where you end up, where you finish your rank. I didn't even pay attention to that match. I should be doing some more live commentary here. So let's see. I'm refreshing the list and I'm trying to find high-ranking people, and I'm pretty much beating everyone. This team's a really standard team that I would double Lushen. Once again, it's pretty much just about practice, and yes, I know that I can cut through these teams very, very quickly. Pernas are pretty much a non-threat unless they're with something like Sekhmet or something else threatening. Pernas at this level are not. Like, this is all just based on my experience at my level. Junos and Pernas, I would rank Perna very low on the threat list just because people, I don't know, maybe can't build them. Maybe it's just Perna in general. If I had a Perna, though, I would probably run it on defense because I think Perna is still very strong. But from my experience, I'm not too threatened by Pernas. They're on the threat list, but they're very low on the threat list for me. Monsters higher up are Sekhmet and then nemesis healers like Praha and what's that dude's name? Ariel. I did make some minor mistakes in here. Just, oh, okay, hold on. Denbo's making sure that I used all 5 wishes. Thank you, Denbo. Yes, I did use all 5 wishes. I just got, like, mana and stuff. Thankfully, I got my wings, though, for this rush hour. So at this point, I think I'm still kind of debating whether I want to fully rush, so I decide to clear a rival, or maybe, let's see, how much time is there left? There's 13 minutes left, but I'm playing it faster, so maybe there's 8 minutes left, I think. So 13 minutes actually in rush hour. I don't know what I'm doing here, why I did that, but it's okay. I don't know, it's gonna suck because I don't actually know what I finished. I should be finding out here whenever. Let's see, what time is it? Actually in 30 minutes I'll find out, so it'll be a surprise. That is just going to suck if it's barely G1 again. But that's okay. I mean, yeah, it's gonna suck, but I already kind of know what I need to do to get it. Just some improvements in general. Like I said, if I did... Okay, here's a team that, I don't know. Maybe if that Beast Monk could have survived, it could have been kind of threatening. Rakans, they scare me, but tonight I was just killing every single one, so I kept fighting them generally. This team, again, I can just cut through everything here. There's nothing really here to stall me out. Maybe if the Iona's on Nemesis or something, she might do something if she heals the right monster. I don't know what Iona does, though. I don't know if her defense buff's on her res or not, but I don't really care, I guess. I could look it up because that'd be interesting information to find out. This team is a pretty scary one, actually. This team I would rank really, really scary for double Lushen just because of the Nemesis Praha, but this one didn't even have Nemesis. So the rune quality here is garbage. Not to insult the person, I'm just telling the truth. Definitely farm runes. Your monsters are amazing. But for double Lushen, that one's extremely scary, but I was just beating everything, so I decided to keep going for it. And then when I saw that, like, during this match, I was like, damn, this is crazy. My Lushens are just tearing through everything, nothing's stopping me, I'm having no issues. And that kind of fed my ego a little bit, and I was like, I can do G1 this week or whatever. Oh, shoutouts to T1G Rizzo. I don't know if he finished Guardian. Let me see if he messaged me. Let's see. Okay, he didn't message me yet, but if he gets G1 along with, I think, one of his friends, I will definitely give him a shout out. Let's see, Uncle or something like that. I think he had a different name when I originally met him or added him, and I think he changed it to Rizzo recently. I think his picture is actually a Naruto character. I've been on this Naruto binge. I think that's Minato, maybe. You guys are probably like, what's this nerd talking about? Dude, Naruto's badass, though. You guys are cringing so hard right now. They're ninjas and shit, and they, like, fuck each other up. I don't know. I'm weird. But maybe some of you anime people out there are probably like, you're an anime pleb because you like Naruto, and I'm much more hardcore, and then now you're feeling bad about yourself because you're into anime and stuff, and you're a weeaboo or whatever they're called. Alright, so this defense, I I forgot what the other monster was, but yeah, Camilla. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to mention Camilla in general. She can be pretty scary for Lushens. She is super OP, but actually, these Camillas tonight, though, they were doing pretty good. This one specifically. I'm having issues versus Sekhmet and Camilla, but I was able to finish her off here. If she was faster, she could have kicked my ass. See here, yeah, that match was kind of close, actually. They stalled out a lot, and they kind of she did kill things. I don't want to hype her up too much because I felt pretty safe there in that match, but you can kind of see how things are happening. For this fight, I have no idea what's going on here. It just didn't look good. I don't understand the Chow. I don't see Chows ever, but people can come out of nowhere and surprise you with things. I don't think that Praha even had Nemesis. Pretty sure if she did, she would have procced. Yeah, people can come out of nowhere with things and surprise you, just with really good runes mainly. That's why I emphasize rune farming so heavily, and why, since the beginning, I've known that rune farming is extremely important, because you can have G3 monsters. A lot of these people have monsters that have probably gotten legend ranking in Arena and in Guild Wars, but they just don't have the runes for it. So my whole plan from the beginning has always been farm runes, get the runes, and then whatever monsters are given to me should be fine. I was kind of thinking that eventually I would have like enough Nat 5s given to me to work out, but I don't know if that's really going to be the case because I haven't been pulling too many. In total, I've pulled 3. The 4th one I'm not counting because it was the Transcendent Scroll. I mean, maybe we can count it, assuming everyone else used the Transcendent Scroll or whatever. I mean, I don't know if that's a fair way to compare it. This defense scared me. If that aerial procced Nemesis, I would have lost for sure, but he didn't. So I killed him, and then I'm pretty much able to clean up from here. I've talked about this before. Kill order's pretty important when you're facing monsters that stall out. I'm sure you guys have noticed from every single match tonight where I faced a Perna, every single Perna has had basically like 0 HP, and eventually I end up critting it with my Lushens. So Perna's the one that you want to go for first. Monsters like Juno, Perna, Rina, who else was there? Camilla, all those monsters, you just kind of have to, I don't know, I just practiced and I got beaten and learned the proper kill order. Basically, you just want to kill whatever you can kill first. Sometimes it's a bit situational, like if there's a Chloe left up and there's a Rina as well with her, sometimes I'll go for Chloe first, sometimes I'll go for Rina. Generally, I'll go for Rina if I can take her shield off and start doing damage to her, but if at the current time I just cannot do any damage to Rina because she has her shield up and she's built well, like she has good runes. Some of these Rinas don't really have good runes, and you can see I'm damaging them through their shield because it's like not big enough. Then I'll go for Chloe if I just cannot do any damage to Rina. But if there's an opening, like I said, if in our little instance where it's just Chloe and Rina, if there's an opening, I'll try to get some damage on Rina, generally. That's just something I would suggest to practice. Just get in there with your Lushens. You can even set a strong defense midweek to get some practice, higher ranking, even though maybe not a lot of people are up there midweek. It's good to get practice and stuff. And, oh yeah, so another reason kind of why I rushed tonight was to get practice. I forgot how many refills I did. I think it's like 3, so we only have a couple more fights left in this video. I think another good reason why I rushed is to get practice, but the weeks have pretty much gone similarly to each other, and there's nothing new or anything like that. But I guess it's good to stay, to keep the rust off, I guess we could say. This defense could have been kind of scary. It could have stalled me a little bit longer, but there's no threats on the other team. They cannot kill me, but I pretty much one-shot it. Technically 6-shot, technically 2-shot. Shout out to Above Us. I'm raiding with him. He's in my guild. He did not get G1, unfortunately, this week, but he's gotten it before. So yeah, that defense that we just saw, no threats over there, but they could have stalled me for a little bit longer if there was Nemesis and if the monsters were tankier, I guess. This one, what just happened there? I just killed everything. The Rina's stalling me for a little bit, but she'll be dead soon. And then keep a lookout for the last match, guys. That is a good defense that I want to show you. And that's what I'm really aiming for. I think that the last match that we see, I think I have the runes for it for sure. I mean, 100% if I give my best runes to two Rinas, but if I give them kind of leftover runes, maybe not. But that's what I'm looking for. If you watch all these matches, my Lushens are pretty much tearing through things pretty quickly. Sometimes they'll get stalled out for a little bit by single Rinas and stuff like that, or like Camillas and whatnot, but those matches generally are pretty fast. Like, I keep taking them, and I think it's fine to take. I think what you're seeing in this video is a very good example of how Lushens work out in C3. And then you'll see when I do get stopped. I think that's definitely the defense that I need to shoot for, and that I would suggest you to aim for if you are looking for a defense that will do well, like the defense that you should have. These other people, like all these matches that I win, sometimes it's a rune quality issue. They have the monsters, but they don't have the runes. And then, yeah, pretty much that's it. So I think those people just need to improve their runes. I think I was going to say something else kind of intelligent, but I just forgot. So I'm just killing a bunch of things here. Everything's really squishy. That kind of surprised me that I didn't actually kill the Sierra. But if she's tanky, usually they don't do much damage. So this fight, since I didn't kill everything, it kind of could have gone bad. Just depending on rune quality again, but maybe not actually. I don't know. I got scared there for a second. I really did, because I was just afraid I would have gotten frozen and a ton of damage would have been done to me. But I think Verad's damage scales off his defense. And you guys know Lushens ignore defense, so since he survived, he probably had a lot of HP, which means that maybe he didn't have too much defense, but he probably could have. Okay, this fight right here, this right here. This is amazing. This is what I'm looking for. It will stall you out. Like, they just keep healing each other. See all this? And yes, that's it. It stalls me out for a long time. Like, even at this point, I don't know how fast I could have finished this. Right now, I've already been in the fight for 30 seconds or so. And then from this point on, it looks like it's gonna be, I don't know, 3 more minutes maybe. So yeah, the time was already up when I entered this match. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there were only like 20 seconds left, and no way in hell I could have killed this, but I don't think I could even finish any match in 20 seconds unless it was one of those really, really lucky ones that we saw earlier that looked kind of scary, but I just tore through everything. Nothing had nemesis. So this right here, I'm still going. Of course, I'm not doing everything optimally, but no one should choose to fight this if they're doing rush hour, because it's going to take you like 5 minutes, and that's just, I think that's good enough. I think that is what everyone, or not everyone, but I think that's perfect. That's what you need. Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes of anyone's time, and then I can get so many wins in that time period. So I'm just telling my guild members how they finished, and I'm pretty sure I finished C3. So that was the end of the video. Let me check what time it is right now. So we still have 16 more minutes until I can check. I will include my ranking at the end of this video. Honestly, I'm kind of sad or whatever, because I'm really hoping that it's not rank 310 or whatever. If it's rank 500, I'll probably be like, actually, I felt a lot happier when it was rank 500 last week or the week before. I thought I was like rank 310 or something, but I was actually 500, and I'm like, oh, thank God, you know? Because when it gets that close, then you can blame yourself. I can look back and be like, hey, I wasted, 30 seconds there because I was still debating whether I wanted to rush or not, and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see how it ends up. And I told you guys, I know exactly what I need to do. Pretty much just get another Rina and skill them up, and then I will have that 5-minute stall defense, maybe even longer for some people. Some people will probably end up drawing, and I think it'll go extremely well there. I think G1 will be, I'll get it every single week. I mean, I don't want to, don't write that in stone. I'm kind of just, throwing the idea out there. You guys, I mean, I did sound very convicted, but, it might not happen. Things might go differently, but I'll keep working at it. That's really what I'm focusing on. But if we just look at, mathematically, all the statistics and whatnot, my Lushens are tearing through everything. I believe I have the runes to make Rina's really good. I think, you know, there's just statistically wise, it's a very high likelihood, like probably 100%, that I'll get G1 sometime soon, or not sometime soon, but whenever I get those monsters. I've said in my previous couple videos that I am planning on building the double fire mummy because I don't think they need skill ups. Just looking at how they work, looking at their skills, I don't think they need them, so I might try that because most likely I will pull one fire mummy way before I get another Rina and skill ups for it. I really think the Rinas need skill ups for their shield, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe if I get another Rina, I'll try it out without skill ups and see how it goes. So that was it for the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary and learned some stuff. Feel free to leave any comments down below for whatever. I love hearing from you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys later.